Hello students. So we will discuss about stack today. A stack is a list of elements in which an element may be inserted or deleted only at one end, and that end is called as top of the stack. We have already seen that there are two basic operations associated with stack. The first operation is push, in which or the term push is used to insert an element into the stack, and the term pop is used to delete an element from the stack. Okay, so theoretically we have seen what is stack in the previous class. Today we will discuss the implementation of stack using arrays. So we include the header file stdio.h, then I use hash define, and I say max size as 3. Okay, in simple words, wherever I use max size in my program, it is going to be treated as 3. Then I declare a structure whose name is, okay, I have not given any name, but I have used type def, and the newly created data type is nothing but stack. Okay, now you know that in stack there is one variable called as top, which has to point at the top of the stack, and then we need some place for storing the elements. Okay, so I have declared array s, and here I have used max size. So when I say max size, it is this max size, meaning it is 3. Okay, it is a constant which is 3. So for stack structure, I have declared s an array and another integer as top, which is used to track what is the current top of the stack. Okay, then we have defined three operations in terms of functions. The first operation being push, it returns nothing, but then it takes two parameters. The first parameter is of type stack, and I have given a star here, meaning I am passing the reference. This function expects the reference of stack, and then one integer parameter, which is the element to be pushed. Now giving a variable s, or say st or something, or and here as int element. So these are optional. Okay, in function declaration, the compiler will be interested only in the data types and not what is the name of that particular parameter. Okay, so giving the name is optional. So push, it takes two parameters. The first parameter is the reference for stack. What is stack? The newly created data type, and another is int. Okay, why I'm passing reference, this you already know, because whatever are the changes, those changes are to be reflected. Okay, that's the reason I am passing reference. Okay, similarly in pop, I am passing a reference because after the element is popped, I want the contents to be reflected. Even if the function returns, I want those contents, whatever element is popped or deleted, that should be reflected in the stack. That's the reason. And pop function, it returns an integer, that is whatever element is being deleted or popped from the stack, that is returned. We will write another function which is display, which is going to display the contents of the stack. Now in case of display, do we need to pass a reference? Not needed, right? Because I will not be making any changes in the display function. I'm just going to access the elements, that's it. So I'm not passing any reference. So it is the data type is used without any star mark over here. So these are the three functions. Let us look at these three functions first, and then look at the main program. Okay, so first let us look at the push function. What is this push function? Push function, as you know, it should enter or insert some element on the top of the stack. Okay, so this takes two parameters. The first is pointer to the stack, and second is the number which is to be inserted. Now you know that before pushing any element onto the stack, I should see if the stack is full. Okay, now what is the condition? If stack of top is equal to max size minus 1, then I say the stack is full. Now what is the stack of top? Stack is nothing but, stk is nothing but the variable of type stack. Okay, and top is nothing but the member of this particular stack. If you remember, in the stack structure I had given top and s as two variables, whereas top was just integer and s was a array. Okay, so this is that top. So if the top value is equal to max minus 1, why minus 1? Because array starts with 0. We have given the max size as what? 3. We have given the max size as 3, but in the array I can save the elements from 0, 1 and 2. Okay, that's the reason I should check it this. I should check this with minus 1 because I am starting storing the elements from 0. Okay, then if this is true, if stack of top is equal to max minus 1, the stack is full, so I just display this message and come out. Otherwise what I should do is I should insert the element. So where do you insert element? We have discussed this already. I should say top plus plus. Okay, top is which top? It is with respect to this variable, which is stk. So stk is top plus plus. We already know we use arrow operator whenever we are associated with pointer. If there is no pointer, then we make use of a dot operator or a period operator. If it is pointer, if the structure variable is pointer to structure, then we make use of arrow operator instead of dot. Okay. Next, I increment the top. Now at that incremented position, I should save the element. Okay, so I've incremented the position. So where do you save the element? In the array s. S is nothing but it is declared in the structure. So s of top. Now again, top I should tell that it is which top. So it is stk's top. I should save this particular num. And what is this num? The parameter which is passed to this function. Okay, so this is the function which is pushing element onto the stack. Next function is pop. So in case of pop, you know what do we do? We first check if it is empty. Okay, we check if the stack is empty. Now how do you check if the stack is empty? If the top is pointing to minus 1 or the value of stk's top is minus 1, we straight away say that the stack is empty. Okay, and return minus 1. Else what I have to do, I have to return the element. Okay, I return the element. Now how do we return the element? Whatever is on the top of the stack. Okay, s of top. Okay, but I cannot say directly s into square brackets top, because I should tell this s belongs to stk and also top belongs to stk. So this is s of top, whatever is there I copy into x. X is nothing but a temporary variable which we have declared here, which I am going to return as the returned value. Once I have taken this value of stack top, what I do is I decrement the value of top. Okay, I decrement the value of top, then I return x. So the this is your pop operation. Next is display. Now what do we do in display? We just check if the stack is empty. If it is empty, I cannot display, right? So I check if it is empty. So I check if stack dot stk dot top is equal to minus 1. If it is minus 1, I say that the stack is empty. Now here you may observe that stk is not the pointer here, it is a normal variable of type stack. Okay, and that's the reason I use a dot operator here. If this was pointer, then I should use arrow mark over here. Else what I do is I have to display the elements of the array. Now how do you do that? First I will give a printf statement which says the elements of the stack are, and then I take some loop till that stack of top is not minus 1, stk top is not equal to minus 1. I go on printing the element on the top of the stack, and I say stk dot top minus minus, meaning I print the element which is there on the top, I decrement it. Okay, decrement the top, then I go back, check if it is empty, meaning if the index has reached minus 1. If the index has reached minus 1, I cannot continue, right? If say if the stack had 3 elements, so initially the value of top will be 2, then minus minus will make it 1. It repeats whatever is at the 1th position, that will be displayed. Minus minus will make it 0. Then control comes back here. Whatever is at the 0th position of the array will be displayed. This will make 0 as minus 1. Here I say minus 1 not equal to minus 1. The condition is false and the control comes out. So this is how we display. Okay, now if you would have used pointer here, okay, if you would have used arrow mark and uh, pointer over here, what would have happened was the stack would have been the all the elements would have been deleted from the stack, meaning the stack pointer, this decrement, would have removed all the elements. That's the reason for display I don't want to reflect these changes. That's the reason we have used it as call by value. Okay, so these are the three functions. If you have not understood anything, you can just pause, rewind, listen to the explanation once again. We'll send you the program. You also execute and try to understand this. Okay, now coming to the main function. Now it is not that we have to push only one element, pop one element, display and come out. I will have to give a menu to the user. Okay. So when you have to give a menu to the user, that means you are going to ask the user what is his or her choice. So I take a variable called as choice here. You have to ask what is the element which is to be entered. So I take another local variable as item. Then I create a variable stk of type stack. Okay, so choice and item are the variables of built-in data type, which is integer, whereas stk is a variable of type user-defined data type, which is stack. Okay, now I have to init. This step is very important. I should tell that minus 1 is the top, meaning the stack is empty. Okay, so this initialization I have to do. So stk.top is equal to minus 1. Okay, which says that the top is pointing at minus 1, meaning there is nothing in the stack. Then I take a do while loop, in which I display a menu to the user, so that he comes to know that he has to press 1 if he wants to push an element, 2 for pop, 3 for display and 4 for exit. So this is the menu which should be displayed every time. That's the reason I have put it in the loop. Then in that I ask the user what is the choice. I take that into this variable choice. I put that into a switch statement, and in switch I should have cases. That is, for case number 1 I should call push function. For case number 2 I should call pop function. 3 for display, and case number 4 for exit, or any other value for exit. Now case number 1, what it is meant for? It is meant for pushing an element. So pushing an element meaning first I should ask the user what is the element. So this part either you can take it here or push it to the function. So we have taken it over here. So I ask the user to enter the element to be pushed. I take that into this variable item and I call push function. So I am passing a reference. So there you have seen it was star stk. That's the reason I should pass a reference. So because there it is a pointer, and then I pass the item to be pushed. Once this is done, I break. Okay. Next, second case, what I should do is I should pop. So again I pass reference to the stack and I call this pop function. We know that the pop returns minus 1 if the stack is empty, otherwise it returns the item. So minus 1, this minus 1 meaning the stack is empty. Okay, if it is not minus 1, I should display the popped element. Okay, then I just break from this. And the third case, you know that it is just display. So I call display function. I pass this variable stk and I break out. So if the choice is less than 4, I continue. If it is 4 or any greater value, I just stop the loop. Okay, and then finally return 0 will terminate the program. If you want to check the working of this program, I'm executing. Here it comes. So the menu is displayed 1, 2, 3, and 4. It is asking for the choice. I say whenever you are demonstrating this to anyone or in your exam, we can first show pop. Okay, meaning we just check for error messages that we have handled those errors. So 2, it should say 2 meaning I want to pop. So it says the stack is empty, meaning it is working fine. Can I display anything here? I press option number 3. So that also should say that the stack is empty. So it is saying the stack is empty. It is asking me for, meaning it is showing me the menu once again. So it is asking me for the choice. Now I say I want to push. It is asking me enter the element to be pushed. I uh, say 5001 is the element to be pushed. I have pushed 5001 on the stack. I say I want to push another item which is say 6002. I have pushed 2 elements. You want to see those elements. This is the stack. So on the top we have 6002 and 5001 was something which we had inserted earlier. Okay, now you want to push another element. You say 1 and then say whatever element you want to enter, say 7003. Okay, you want to display it. So this is the stack. Now you want to pop. Okay, you want to pop. I say 2. What should be popped out of these three numbers? Whatever is on the top. Okay, so 7003 should be popped. So 7003 is popped. Now you want to display, you want to see the contents once again. It says these two because 7003 is popped. You want to push another element. I say 1000 I want to push. After this I say I want to push another number which is say 900. It says the stack is full because we have given the size of stack or the size of max item as or max size as 3. So it is taking only 3 elements. Okay, so I go on popping these elements. So I have popped all 3 elements now. Now when I say pop, it says stack is empty. So you please try this program and try to understand it in a better way. This program is very important. Thank you.